Welcome back. Now in this lecture we're going to create the profile view or the profile page. So the profile page will have a form so that the user can be able to make the changes to their profile details. So things like name and email, and then they save that to the database. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this home view, that is this blade file called home, and I'm going to call this profile view as profile. Next, let's add the form. So we need a form with two input fields, that is the email and the name. So we'll start with the name. So first open the form and then form group. Label, that is label for name. Then we need the inputs. And the input will have a class of form control. Type, this one will be text. So I'm going to add the ID and the name. That is the name attribute, which will be name, ID, name. So let me duplicate this form group and then change this to email. Then type email, and then the name of this will be email also. Next, let's add the button to submit. So the button will have a class of btn primary, and the type of button will be submit button, and then update profile. Save. Now let's go to the routes file and define this view. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create another controller class which will handle all the logic for the profile. So on the terminal, I'm going to run php artisan make controller, and I'm going to call this controller as profile controller. Again, to remind you, it's good practice to always give a controller a name that describes what it will be dealing with. Enter, and it must follow that naming convention. Controller created successfully. Let's go to that controller class, that is profile, and I'm going to create a method here. So first comment, so get the user profile view. Let's create a method, and this method I'm going to call it profile. Return a view called profile. Return view profile. Save. Now let's map it to this method in the routes file, and I'm going to duplicate this one and then change the URL and the route name to profile. Next, let's change this class to profile controller, and then the method which we have created right now, which is profile. Next, let's go to the sidebar, that is the profile sidebar, and add that route, which is profile. Make sure you save everything, save all. Let's go to the browser, refresh. Now if you click on this profile setting, you'll be taken out to that view, and as you can see, we have on that we're on that view. Next, let's add the values on these inputs. So let's go to the profile view. So value, which means it will pull from the database the name of that user, authenticated user, name, I'm going to copy or duplicate this value and use it on the email. Then I'm going to change only the name from name to email. Save. Let's see now from the browser. Refresh. And as you can see, it can be able now to get the values, the name and the email. So we have some work to do on this form. We need to do validation. We need to make sure that this form now can be able to submit the changes made by the user. So see you in the next lecture.